Hey, Casey. Hey, everybody. Casey Transformed here again. And today, I have Transformers Cybertron, or Galaxy Force, Scout Class, Clocker. Unfortunately, mine's not in the best condition. There are a couple broken parts. Nothing in car mode, but the arm, well, this is loose. There's a joint in there. You see that little hinge is bent weird. And one of the arms is technically broken. This one, if you want to know. I'll show you that in robot mode. But here you have Clocker. He's a small little guy. He was from the Speed Planet. And that's really all I can remember. I didn't really want to look at the wiki just because I wanted to kind of go off my own knowledge. He was kind of the little buddy to Hotshot. He was, like, oh, Hotshot's so awesome. I think it's something like that. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, he was in the big Grand Prix race. He was there with Hotshot and Dirt Boss, and I think Megatron was in the race too. I could be wrong. As you can see, his paint's kind of starting to yellow over the years. That's just because it's painted over orange plastic and it's kind of starting to wear off. On the front, looks fine. It still looks bright white, but back on this blue part, yeah, it's still... On the blue, it still looks perfectly fine, but back here, it's kind of starting to get this yellow effect. That's just... I remember it being a lot wider when I was a kid, so I think it's just kind of starting to wear off over the years. Especially since I didn't take the best care of this toy. But he's a cool little car mode. He's got like that sports car Hollywood look, like a futuristic version of that typical sports car. He is really small. I mean, here he's next to Dirt Boss, which you could argue he's a monster truck. He's way big, but even in this, yeah, he can like literally drive right over Clocker, almost. He could literally just... And here he is next to Hotshot, and he is completely puny, considering I'm pretty sure these two are supposed to be about the same size car mode in real life. And yeah, he is just a small little guy next to Hotshot. Well, actually, no, this might actually be scale accurate since Hotshot actually has some pretty small seats in there. If you compare the chairs inside, yeah, I guess they are actually in scale. Weird. Hotshot's just a gigantic car. He does have a few accessories. As you can see, he has holes all over him. Don't make any bad jokes about that. He has these tailpipes, very similar to Hot Rod. I would love to see this guy redone as Hot Rod. You just basically just plug them into the sides. You can plug them however you want, but I think the official way is to have them like this, where they're sloping that way. Yeah. That covers up those holes, and there's also that part in the back where you have this little component. And you just plug that right in. I'm not going to plug it all the way down because it will actually get pretty stuck in there pretty snug if I push all the way down. Which isn't really a problem with the toy, it's just something that happens. And as you can see, this part's really loose on mine, but I believe it's just mine. Now, you can give him some weaponry with this little back part. Doesn't really look much like a sports car anymore. He kind of does look like he's built for speed. Like this is a big old engine. Here's his tailpipes to make him go faster or breathe fire. Or, I don't know, shoot out fleas. What you can do with this is actually flip out these little guns here. And you can plug it back on like this, and you're going to be basically shooting your own windshield. I mean, it just barely gets over it, but I'm pretty sure you're going to be at least get burned on that windshield, especially if I plug this all the way down. But what you can do is... Oh, crap, I forgot to grab the Cyber Planet key, didn't I? Well, I'll just go do this the old-fashioned way. Yeah, most of these Cyber Planet key gimmicks you can activate yourself. Much like this. The only one you can't do yourself is basically Hotshots. And that's just because there's no way to really get these fins out. But yeah, there he is in this... That's what Cyber Planet key gimmick does. It goes from this to this. But it's pretty useful in car mode, considering that means he can shoot over his windshield. Especially since he's so small, he could actually hit Dirt Boss. Yeah, he could actually hit Dirt Boss in the tailpipe. So that's pretty cool. Especially if Dirt Boss like this. Oh, there we go. Now he's definitely going to be shooting him up. Anyway, I'm done messing around. So yeah, he's a really cool little guy. I really like his car mode. Lots of detail, as usual, from Cybertron. Lots of good paint apps. Like I said, this is just where the paint's worn off, and the blue, white, and orange color scheme looks really cool. Some people may not like it, but I think it works. Let's get him in the robot mode. What you're going to do is unplug the gun. You can leave these on, which I am, just because there's really nowhere else to put them in robot mode. But if you have them on, you're going to have to kind of push them out here. Because then you're going to come under here, flip these out, flip this whole part around. You can close these again to cover up the back of his legs. And there's his legs. As you can see, this piece goes back. Kind of just hangs there. And there's that broken arm. You're going to be... Oh, yeah, it's falling off. It's pretty broken. You're going to basically take what the chair... See, here are the chairs now. You're going to basically pull them out like this. Fold the little silver part, the tailpipe things, or the exhaust pipes back on. Or back down. And then just flip down the arms. He has chairs for shoulders. This is the hardest part. And you can see in there, that part's kind of broken. This right here is cracked all badly. I really should get a replacement arm for him. The head I can deal with. So what you're going to do, get your finger in there, grab the head, pull it up, and pull it up all the way, and it'll pull out these two panels to either side. You're going to want kind of perpendicular to the car, or the front of the car. And then as you can see, there's 3 tabs, and there's 3 little tab holes in there. You might have to bring the arms fully out like this. Tab those in right there, and then have the arms kind of just do that. This doesn't all interlock. The only thing that interlocks is the head, the tabs that were here into the chest. But the arm, the hinges here are so strong that it will stay there, and it does actually kind of box in his chest to where you really can't see. I mean, I usually complain about this kind of thing where you can see straight through the robot, but with how it's kind of boxed in, it actually kind of works. He folded around empty space. It's a really cool little idea. And there he is in robot mode. And just to get the size comparisons out of the way, here's Scout Class Clocker next to Deluxe Class Dirt Boss, quite a bit smaller. And here he is next Clocker next in Dirt Boss next to Deluxe Class Hotshot, who's even bigger. Yeah, there's definitely a size difference there. So yeah, he's a small little guy in the race. Well, I don't know. I should get Breakdown, because I think Breakdown was actually the same size class. Here's his weapon again, same gimmick, so I'm just going to leave it like this. Which looks a bit weird, but I remember as a kid I always pretended this was like a gunboat, like a little drone unit. Especially with those fins. But you know, you can hold it in his hand, which is also where the pipes are pegged into. As you can see, you can actually unpeg them, and you can see straight through his hand. Oh yeah, that arm really wants to come off. It's falling apart. Nobody saw that. Shh. And he's a really cool robot. As you can see, his only kibble is just the front of the car. So once again, we kind of have that thing where a third of the car, or the vehicle, is just this backpack. It's kind of like Energon Barricade, was it? The big new detail is his chest and his head. The chest kind of looks like it looks like it was formed from a car. You know, kind of got like headlights here, got like an engine block kind of thing for his gut. Crotch is unpainted but pretty detailed, just like you expect from Cybertron. This kind of has that thing where you see the difference between where plastic was removed to save money. Like, this isn't really detailing. This is just where they had removed plastic to save money and then try to make it look cool. Here I can understand because how the transformation works, but here I'm a bit bugged by it. Even under here, his arms are completely hollow. Like I said, I can understand the... Oh, that's not good. Oh, I broke the toy. I broke the toy. Review ruined. Review ruined. I broke the toy. Oh, so sad. Oh, man, it really is broken now. I broke the toy, guys. I broke the toy. Yeah, let me just show off the articulation. Well, let me look at the head. That's a cool look ahead. He really does remind me of Hot Rod, of how, like, not just the car and stuff, but how his head looks. I really wonder if this was originally supposed to be Cybertron Hot Rod. Or Rodimus, I guess it would go by. But yeah, his head swivels. And it might detach. Mine wasn't clipped in all the way. His ball joints at the arms, but they're kind of stiff. They're basically just here or here. You can kind of get in the middle, but it's kind of difficult. You'll want to snap back. He has hinges at the elbows, but no swiveling. He does have a swivel at the waist, which is cool considering that's not part of transformation. He has ball joints at the legs, and he has a hinge for the knee. Not much, but not bad for a scout class. Not as good as, say, the commander classes of power core combiners, but not bad for a Cybertron scout class. It certainly works better than, say, Undermine. But yeah, overall, I like him. Not my favorite scout class, but not the worst either. There are better scout classes to get out there, but he's still a pretty good one. And honestly, I would love to see somebody customize him as a, hot rod. I think that would be perfect for him. Just not one with a broken arm. This broken arm should probably go to get replaced soon. If anybody has an arm I could use, I'll pay for it. Not anything ridiculous like $10, but if you want to sell it to me for like $1 or $2. Anyway, this is Clocker. Here he is next to his buddy Hotshot again, and I hope you enjoyed this review. Go out and get him if you can. I wouldn't pay more than $10 for him. I'd only pay probably around $7 or $8 for him, but that's pretty good for what you're getting. And there is an RTS repaint. A lot of the Speed Planet guys got RTS repaints. I believe his was like dark silver and blue or something like that. Anyway, I'm Casey Transformed. I hope you enjoyed this review. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out of here. See ya.